guys, it's Julia and welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be doing the 21 Pilots book tag. I was tagged by Jay from Captain Word, so I'll have his channel linked down below as well as his video, and I will also have the creator's video linked in the description box below, with also including all the questions in case you want to do this tag as well. Now these questions were hard. Like, some of them are so specific that it was difficult for me to come up with answers, and some of them I even like kind of twisted the question a bit. But first up is test out, pick a book in which you wish you could turn back time and read all over again. For this, I'm going to be going with You by Carolyn Kepnes. I really enjoyed this book. It was one of my favorites of last year. It was so thrilling, it was so fast-paced, it was so entertaining, and it was so twisted. It's everything I love in a book, and it was really wonderful. And I remember just like reading it on the bus on my way to school, and I was just flying through it. I just loved it. So I definitely want to like reread this and see my thoughts on it. Like, if I could wipe my mind and reread it, then I'd love to see my thoughts on it. But yeah, I love this book. You should check it out if you haven't already. Ride. Pick a character who gets worse mentally throughout a book or a series. I'm going to be going from Jack from The Shining by Stephen King. I don't want to say much, but yeah, he gets kind of worse. And yeah, you know, alcoholic, abusive, dealing with his own stuff. Yeah, he gets worse throughout. Pick a book or series that takes place all over the country or all over the world or whatever. I did not have a book. Maybe if I thought about it long enough, like more, if I thought about it more, maybe I could come up with something, but no. So I'm changing the question a bit and saying a book that takes place remotely in the same location, which you can do like so many books for this. I'm gonna be going with Room by Emma Donoghue, okay? And because this takes place in a room where a mother and a son are in this room and they live there. The kid's never seen anything else before. It's just about them and other stuff. But yeah, so this one, book that takes place in your hometown or near it. There is no books that takes place in my hometown that I could think of. So I just went with a book that's in Canada because that's the easiest, and I haven't even read this book, but I know it takes place in Canada. Jay mentioned it too, and that is Anne of Green Gables by Ella Montgomery. I read this book, but I really do want to. If anyone's interested in buddy reading this in the next couple months, like hit me up on Twitter or something. I would love to buddy read this. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this, and I know it takes place in Canada, so Car Radio, which is like my favorite song by them. Pick a character who is mostly silent but has a head full of thoughts. The book I'm choosing is The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton. I just finished this the other day, and the character I'm choosing is Henry Lavender. He is mute, basically. He does say kind of some things, but for the most part he's mute, and you can just tell that this kid knows what's going on. Like, he has a good mind, but he just doesn't speak much. So, Henry. Tear in My Heart. Pick a couple in which one character was hard to get to know at first, but eventually opened up and warmed up to the other character. For this, I'm going to be going with the Fever series by Karen Marie Monings. I just grabbed the 5th book, which is Shadow Fever. Definitely the romance in this one is really slow burning, and it's kind of like they're really like distant, and they have their walls up and all that jazz, but they learn to open up a little bit to each other, which is nice. So yeah. House of Gold. Pick a character who has a strong relationship with their mother. This one was so hard. I was like, so I'm gonna be doing not a strong relationship, but like an interesting bond with their mother. Penryn from Angel Felt by Susan E. and her mother. They have a really interesting bond. They're both like basically on the run sort of, and her mother is schizophrenic, and they have Penryn has a little sister, so her mom's like overprotective of the little sister, and they're all kind of looking for the little sister, so they have a weird, interesting kind of bond with each other. But I really enjoyed this series, so yeah. Run and Go. Pick a character who is on the run. I'm going to be going with Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead, and for the first little part of this book, they are on the run. And if you know anything about the synopsis, then they're not on the run anymore. The Automatic. Pick a character who is double-sided or has an alter ego. I'm going to be going with Light Yagami from Death Note. This is the 13th volume, which really isn't even a 13th volume because it's just like, oh my god, I forgot about my card. Look, it comes with it. It's so cool. Back. This is like just a book full of, it's like an add-on to Death Note, and they call it the 13th volume because you're supposed to read it after you finish the series, or else you're gonna be spoiled, because it talks about like character bios and deaths and all these things, and it has interviews and stuff. But besides that, Light is definitely, he basically gets this Death Note and he starts using it for something that he thinks is good or that is helpful, and he gets out of hand, and it's just like, pick a character who is searching for the truth, whatever that truth may be. I'm going to be going with Nick from Gone Girl. He's definitely searching for the truth of, you know, his wife goes missing, so he's like, what the hell? And yeah, him. I'm not gonna say much. Spoilers. Yeah, him. Last question is not today. Pick two characters who are so different that they often clash and don't understand each other. I'm going with Percy and the professor, the guy that works at Camp Half-Blood, and he's really like not pleasant. Him. I'm horrible with names. That was weird. Camera just shut off. Okay. Yeah, he's unpleasant. I have a bad memory, and I read this book like last year. So, in conclusion, the grumpy guy that works at Camp Half-Blood and Percy Jackson. That was my 21 Pilots book tag. Thank you so much again to Jay for tagging me, and again, I'll have all the stuff in the description box, and I would like to tag some people as well, so I'm going to be having their YouTube usernames on the screen right here, because yeah, plus I want to think about it too, so right there. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. You know, some of your thoughts on the books that I mentioned, or on 21 Pilots, or on or you can answer some of the questions yourself down below. I'd love to hear what you'd have to say, and as per usual, I'll see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye.